This is not a new story, but it seems to not be going away. So perhaps let's revisit it and talk about the reasons why things are as they are at the moment. Give us some context.
Okay, so this is definitely not a new story. The government proposed some legislative changes last year, which was supposed to be implemented this financial year. What has happened is, since the proposals were removed from the legislative process, people still consider that the legislation will still be applicable to them, more so from a civil servant's point of view. And we found that we've seen an increased number of resignations due to some of these possible reasons. We think that there are other reasons why members have resigned and are planning to resign, and we're concerned about the exodus in terms of why civil servants are leaving the state to some degree.
All right, let's clarify now. I know that you are embarking in some road shows to correct some of the myths that have gone out. You and I, speaking briefly off air, you stated that there are no changes from your side, no changes from government as yet, as that particular proposed legislation has been put on hold for now. Clarify some of the issues for us, please.
Okay, so there was a proposed legislative change in terms of National Treasury, in terms of equating pension funds and bringing the playing fields together in terms of where the pension fund industry was going. That process was halted by the government, and we found that through our roadshow process we were able to communicate this, but we're still seeing increased volume of resignations, and we're concerned about the fact that we don't understand why people are resigning. We think it may be that reason, that because there was some rumor around the market space of there being a possibility of a new legislation implemented, that this may have been the cause. But we also think there are other factors in the government sector that may have resulted in members leaving the state employ. And so we are concerned. And so what we are doing is we are marketing ourselves as the administrator to be able to inform members that they should not be resigning, that they should be looking after their financial well-being, that they should be understanding the impact of their resignations and the impact on their financial impact. And so what we are doing is we are having various processes in place to inform and empower members and educate members in terms of what they should do in terms of looking after their financial affairs. And so what we have done is, this weekend, as a matter of interest, we have what we call a roadshow at the Botshabelo Civic Center, where we will be informing and empowering members on how they should manage their pension affairs. And so these are kind of activities that we are busy with. We're also busy with outreach programs where we have mobile offices, where we go out to the rural areas in South Africa and we talk to members, pensioners and beneficiaries about what they need to do in terms of managing their pension affairs. So I think as an administrator, we are trying to achieve the best we can in terms of educating and empowering members and pensioners about how to deal with the pension affairs. Naturally, we're not in control with some of the outside factors that affect pensioners and members.
Let's discuss a little bit about those factors, perhaps, and how they may be contributing to this mass exodus. We're discussing teachers, police officers, and other members of the Government Employee Pension Fund. They're in dire straits at the moment when it comes to finances. Unfortunately, many of them living hand to mouth, many of them living on debt. As a result, some of them cannot even afford housing. They earn too little to qualify for bonds. They earn too much to qualify for RDP houses. They're sort of caught between a rock and a hard place. Is it possible that perhaps these resignations and cashing out of their pension funds is an attempt for them to carry on living, perhaps, and send their children to school? Some of their kids don't qualify for NSFAS funding. It's a problem.
Yes, it's definitely a problem, and we think that part of the resignation trend that we're seeing is probably due to the high debt levels in South Africa. And we are now undertaking an exercise whereby we're trying to do a dipstick analysis to assess why the individuals, why have they resigned, what is the basis on which they're resigning. Is it because they want to reduce the debt and then pay off the debt, and in that way be able to service the people that they're looking after, etc. So we're concerned about that, and I think at the end of the day, all we can do is empower, outreach to members not to resign, look after the pensions so that they can have a restful retirement period going forward.
All right, the particular piece of proposed legislation or the amendments thereof that perhaps was a catalyst to all of this, if you look at it that way, where are we now with that going forward? What can we expect? I don't know if you are in a position to elaborate.
Well, at this point in time, that legislation is not going to be in place. There's a process that Treasury has informed the state in October last year, whereby there will be discussions at NEDLAC, and thereafter there will be a determination based on that what happens going forward with regards to that legislation.
Mr. J. Morar, thank you very much for your time, the Acting COO at Government Pension Administrative Agency. Let's leave it there, at least for now. Sport up next.